Welcome back to the garage. Today I have my neighbor Shane. Say hi, Shane.
Hey.
His bike isn't running. He lives right around the corner and he wants to fix it. So he's gonna do it himself. And I think what we're gonna have to do, tell him, Shane, what we gotta do.
I think we gotta take the carburetor out and see if the float's stuck.
All right, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take the carburetor out, clean it, and hopefully take care of his problem. This is pretty nice and clean. Shane, you take really good care of this, don't you?
Yeah.
Do you polish this thing up all the time?
Yeah.
Atta boy. All right, let's get the carb off. So you know what we're gonna do, Shane? You need to get a 10 millimeter. That's what you need to get. So let's go grab that. All right, you're gonna take this bolt off.
Okay.
And there's another one on the other side.
Okay.
There you go. That's pretty easy to get out. And the air filter is just this little guy. It almost looks like a lawnmower muffler, don't it? Kinda. Make sure you got the channel locks open all the way though. Let's try a bigger pair. Should crack pretty easy. Did it crack?
No, it didn't. No, it's not coming off.
Alright, let me give it a shot. So what we want to do is put it on here like this. You need to put it all the way. That's what just fell.
Piece right there.
And then you just crack it. See it turn? There you unscrew it. And pull the throttle slide out. And you come over here with the camera. And that's your throttle slide. All right. Now, just grab, I'll take that. Now just grab the carburetor. You should be able to pull it right out of there. Now it might leak gas, but that's all right.
I'm gonna pull this tube out.
Oh, you know what? We didn't take the gas line off. Just be careful. The air intake is caught. You got something else on there?
No.
Oh, you know what?
Tuck on there.
What is that thing?
Hold on, let me see.
Is that a vacuum line? Where does that go? Oh, that's your fuel line. What did we just pull off? Oh, you know what we pulled off? The breather. The way these pliers work is you come on here like this. See how it fits over the hose? Mm-hmm. And then you clamp on the hose like this, and then you twist it off. So I'm gonna let you do it. Now you might want to hold the carburetor while you do it, and then pull towards you. All right, so we're at the bench right now, and as you guys can see, it's riveted on. It's not allowed. They don't allow you to take this apart and clean it. But you know what we're gonna do, Shane?
What?
And we're gonna take it apart and clean it, and then we're gonna drill and tap this out, and then we're gonna put screws in it. That's what we're gonna do. Take that air cleaner off. Yep, keep going. You want to make sure that that band clamp is loose and moves all around. Okay, so you don't have to take the screw all the way out for the clamp to come off. So we'll put that back in there. All right, so now looking at this thing, we're gonna have to grind this apart. All right. Now, we should be able to tap this off. Hopefully. we don't want to break that gasket because we're gonna have to reuse it. Let's see if the float's working. It is working. All right, so now I'm gonna show you how to clean the car. So take this pick.
Okay.
And this pin that's in there, you gotta push that pin out. You can use the other end of that if it's easier. I'll let you do it. Now grab it with your fingers and pull it out. Now you wanna slide the floats off. And what you have down here is that's your needle seat. So pull your needle off and take a look at the tip. You always wanna check the tip. I'll look at it, make sure it's okay. That looks all right. Now you want to look down the side and make sure that it's not clogged. Take a look down in there. What do you see?
It's all clogged up.
Yep. You see that thing in there? That's what's keeping it from sitting. You're closing off, and that's why you're flooding out. We're going to pull these floats out, and we're going to clean them anyway. So, we need to get a flathead screwdriver. So I want you to unscrew the main float. This is what they call the main. This is what they call the idle jet.
Okay.
This is what allows you to start and idle. This is what allows you to go full throttle.
Okay.
There you go, it's turning. Screw it right out of there. Now, hold it up to the light. Look at it through the light here and see if you can see through it. Can you see through it?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not clogged. So that's okay. We're gonna clean it anyway. Now you want to pull out the idle jet, same thing. Now that has cross holes in the bottom, so you want to check all the holes. Make sure you can see light through everything. Look good?
Yep.
All right, so the carburetor is pretty clean. Now you want to take out what they call the emulsion tube. This tube is what mixes air and fuel together. You want to pull this out. And when you look at that, that has holes in it too. Does it have side cross holes? Because sometimes they do.
Yeah.
Yep, check those. Those are really small ones.
Can't really see through it. They look clear.
Let's see. Yeah, I can see through. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's really small cross holes here. You want to make sure those are open, and they are. Outside of the, I don't know if you guys can see down inside that main jet. This light is horrible. But there is a piece of something down inside of there that we need to clean out. All right. As you can, wow, we lucked out. You know why we lucked out?
What?
Because take a look at this. These are actually threaded in. Look at that. Perfect. So we'll be able to
Screw them back in.
put some screws back in here. Awesome. All right. Let's clean this up. All right, Shane's getting that Q-tip down in there and getting all the crystallized gas out. Doing a fine job. We cleaned this up already, and we're gonna get ready to clean this up. We're gonna probably hit this with some compressed air, as well as carb cleaner, and I think we'll be good to go. One other thing we did, Shane didn't have a shut off, gas shut off, and one of the problems he was having is gas, when the float stuck, it was pouring gas all over the ground, so we put a lawnmower gas shut off in there, which is the same size as this gas line, so it'll work perfectly fine. You want to take the carb cleaner and make sure that you look away when you do it, because you don't want it to get in your eyes.
Okay.
And take the, this is really high powered.
Okay.
So what you want to do is you want to spray it down inside where the float sits.
Okay.
And you want to get inside the main jet area. So stick your little tube down in there, and remember, look away, because it's very high powered. Okay, that's, I'll get the other ones, the other holes. Perfect. Now you want to dump out what's on there, just dump it in the tray there, and clean up everything you can with Q-tips. Try to get down in the holes and all that, and
Okay.
Clean it all up. And bring it over this way a little bit, out in the open. Grab the spray nozzle. And just, you don't want to push it down inside the holes, but you want to blow it all out.
Okay.
Yep. Give it a full blast. There you go. Get down in the other hole. There you go. Alright, so now what you want to do is, now that everything's nice and clean, you want to work in a nice clean area. Because this is a carburetor. So let's put down some clean paper. Put your carburetor down on that. Alright, now we're going to assemble it. Do you remember how to assemble it?
I think so.
Alright, you know what we got to do first though is, I need to find screws for that. So if we have to, we can steal them out of this. Let's see if these fit. We'll take them out of this cob. There you go. Take one of these screws out and see if it fits in that cob. Is it turn it?
No.
Okay, try that. Awesome. I can't see nothing. Alright, see if it fits in that hole. See if it'll thread in there. Yeah? Beautiful.
Yep.
Perfect. Alright, let's pull the other screw out because we're going to use those. Alright, now that we have screws, we're good to go. So first we want to do is we want to put the emulsion tube back in. That always goes in first. And you tighten it up with that. Now you don't want to kill it, just get it snug. Because you don't want it to loosen up while you're riding. Okay, that looks good. Now you want to put the main jet back in, which is the little guy. Oh, that's the
Right down?
yeah, that's the idle jet. Yeah, you can put that in now. You need a flat screwdriver for that. And snug it up so that it won't fall out, but you don't want to strip it. All those threads are really tiny and they're soft. Brass and aluminum are very soft metal, so you can strip them out very easily. You feel that's tight enough?
Yeah.
Okay, now put the main jet in. The main jet goes into the emulsion tube. What's that? Nope, that little brass guy. Yep.
Okay.
Alright, now we're going to put the float and needle back in. Now the way you want to do that is, you see that little tab right there?
Mm-hmm.
And that little spring?
Yep.
You want that to go on that tab, just like that.
Okay.
And then, so you want to hold it just like that, just like your carburetor is, and make sure that that needle goes down inside that hole. It should just slide right, drop right in there. You shouldn't have to force it. Okay, good. Now put your lock pin back in, your pivot pin.
Back in.
Now you slide it right through here and it holds it all in.
Okay.
All right. Now, before you go any further, you want to check it, make sure it's working. You see how there's a little bit of a spring in there?
Yep.
And the reason why that spring's like that is so that when you're riding and it bounces around, it doesn't break anything. And that looks pretty good.
Okay.
All right, so next you want to do now is you want to put the bowl back on. And you want to make sure that that O-ring is sitting inside that groove. When you put it on, it will leak. Okay. And it only goes on one way. See this little section here?
Mm-hmm.
That goes over that. Okay, now put the screws in. Oh, you should put both in and snug them before you torque them down. That way your O-ring sits flat.
Okay.
All right, finished. Now all you gotta do is put it back on the bike. Throw your O-ring in, and then what went on after that?
This, and I think you
Yeah.
screwed
So
it
that's
on
an
with
O-ring
it.
on the other side too, right?
Yeah.
All right, so you should have an O-ring on the out and an O-ring on the in, so it should go like that. And now you gotta make sure that your O-rings and everything stay where they are. They're very important that you need those in there or you'll get a vacuum leak and your motor won't run very good. I didn't see the O-ring fall out, did you?
No.
Alright, so you should be good. Alright, let's torque those up. And Shane's screwing in the throttle slide now. Keep going until you can't turn it any longer. And then grab those channel locks and give it a little bit of a snug. Okay, so the gas line goes right on that nipple right there. Brass nipple. Good job. Now, same on this now. You don't have to kill it. Just get it snug so that it don't come off. Because if you over torque that band clamp, you'll end up breaking it. Breather tube goes on that outlet right there. See it?
Okay.
And you want that to push all the way until it bottoms out. The good stuff right here. This doesn't go bad.
That's what we put in it.
Yeah. Alright, fire it up. You can leave that knife on there. That's why I put it on there so that you don't have to hold it. Okay? You don't have to hold it. You might want to choke it. Give it a little choke. And we'll pump the throttle a few times because we know there's no fuel in it. Oh, you know what? We got a shut off now. You gotta turn the shut off on. There you go. It is leaking?
Yep, the whole thing.
You know why it's leaking?
I think the screws open.
I think that's why. Yep, screws open. You might have opened that to drain it. Okay, turn your fuel back on. That fuel back on? All right, let's hit this with some fluid. All right. See it leaking anymore. Pretty good to me. How's it feel? Good?
Good, yeah.
Alright, let's shut it off and then turn it back, start it back up again, see how it does. Alright, we don't see anything leaking, right?
I don't think so.
I don't see it.
Let's try and start it again.
Alright, let's see if she fires up. Good to go. She seems like she's still catching on the auto. Still too high. adjust that one more time. Yeah, to make a slight throttle adjustment. It sounds like it's idling right now. That sounds good. All right, let's shut it off and try start it again. Running better than it ever did. Well, there you have it. Shane fixed his own carburetor.
Yeah.
Good job, Shane. You know what you say now?
What?
Thanks for watching.
Thanks.
Wave to everybody.
Thanks for watching.